Hello, I'm Kevin for K-Mukbang, and on today's episode we're going to be showing you how to make a Kimchi Chigae. Now we're going to be using the kimchi that is pre-packed and is available on our website at soulgarden.co.za. Our meat that we're going to be using today is a pork belly that we have already prepared with some soju and garlic that we have cleaned it with. Our other side dishes that we have, or not side dishes, our other spices that we use is our vegetable stock. We have oil for frying everything, our chili flakes and salt in case we need some salt. And with that, let's start. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some oil to our plate for the frying, because we will be frying everything first. Kimchi. The kimchi we do only the kimchi. The soup that's in the bottle, we leave that for later. That will go in once we start boiling everything. So at first we're only going to be frying our meat and kimchi leaves. Okay, and then only the soup remains, that will be used later. Okay, so when you find that your pork is getting cooked, we are going to add our water to the mix, because it has to boil now. So when you're adding your water, make sure that you add just enough to cover your dish. You don't want to drown it in water, so you just cover everything nicely, and we will then start adding our spices. First we're going to add our leftover soup from the bottle, our vegetable stock. You add this to taste, so it is quite strong, so don't start with too much. You can always add more later. Make sure that goes into the soup nicely. And then again, our chili flakes. Again, this is purely to taste, so start with a little bit. Make sure that you're happy with the taste. If it's not strong enough, you can always add more later. So once we've done this, just make sure everything mixes well into the soup. We're then going to leave it to boil. Alright, so as you can see, we've now mixed all our spices and our soup. Everything is under the water. Soup is mixed nicely, and we're now going to leave this for a little while to start boiling. So our Kimchi Chigae has now been boiling for about 10 minutes. and it should be getting ready now. So we're just going to test it, see the flavor in it. Oh, that tastes really good. So I think this is ready, so we can take the heat off it now, and we are ready to start eating. So this is Kimchi Chigae, a traditional Korean meal, with the kimchi itself being a traditional traditional Korean side dish that has been in that culture for really hundreds and hundreds of years, and they have been eating this as a side dish for as long as probably time can remember. This one we made today, like I said, is Kimchi Chigae. The other thing that we can do with this as well is Bude Chigae. Now Bude Chigae, that flavor is brilliant. So as I was saying, Bude Chigae is exactly like this, but then you just add your baked beans and cold meats, noodles, basically anything else that you'd like, you add into the soup and then boil it like that as well, and that becomes a completely new dish. But for today, we are going to be enjoying this dish, and it really, really is tasting very good. So one of our sides today that we are having is the geran mari, which is a rolled omelette that you eat as a side with this dish. Really pops the flavor when you're having it like that. That soup is really delicious. All the flavors have mixed well together with the spices and the kimchi. Really the treat that it is. So for those of you that cannot eat pork for whichever reason, the other way that we can make kimchi chigae is with tuna. We'll do it exactly as we did it this time. We'll fry the kimchi until it's ready, add our water, boil it, add our spices. But just before you put the dish down, that is when you put the tuna. Because what happens is if you put the tuna too early, it will actually boil away and you won't see the tuna at all. So you add the tuna just before you put it on the table for the meal. Also a very delicious dish with tuna, but obviously I prefer pork. So my rice is getting almost finished now. The stragglers are the last ones remaining there. So we add some soup to that. Because when we're eating rice, especially in the Korean culture, we don't leave any rice in the bowl. Nothing remains. So just to make sure all the rice goes down with the meal, add some soup, and we finish it that way. Really, really good, delicious. And the soup and the rice mixes very well. Awesome ending to a great meal. So there we go. For today's episode, this was our Kimchi Chigae. Our rice, once again, is finished. The bowl is empty, that means my mission is done. So, with all of that, I am Kevin for K-Mukbang, and I will see you again on next episode. Bye bye!